Hi, I'm Susan Funk with the Kristen Renee Foundation. I want you to meet Ralph Gaver, a 6'6", 211-pound family man from Frederick, Maryland. Ralph Gaver was on a construction team contracted to go to Fort Detrick and remove a vault from inside a building on Area A at the main base. Gaver and his crew went in normal construction wear. They were wearing boots, gloves, and hard hats. They were never warned that the building was contaminated. Ralph was in imminent danger. His life would take a turn for the worse. Mycotoxin is one candidate for a group of chemicals that caused Ralph Gaver's illness. Mycotoxins come from fungi, and they're also used in biological warfare. They're also known as yellow rain. In our interview with his wife, Virginia, notice a similarity in Ralph Gaver's symptoms to that of mycotoxin poisoning. Did Ralph have burning skin pain, redness, tenderness, and blistering? Yes, 2 weeks after demolishing the vault at Fort Detrick, his hands and palms began itching and breaking out. He used to rest his palms up on the couch, his family said. He was given lotion by his family doctor, Dr. Dilson. His doctor said he had psoriasis. Well, soon after, 3 to 4 weeks after exposure, his hands and his arm swelled up. He was a 211-pound man to start, a strong man, but he lost a lot of weight until he started to retain these fluids that made up for his weight loss. Fluids filled up the man's arm until it weighed 30 pounds. They couldn't drain it. The burning, the pain continued, blistering, itching, skin peeling, started in 3 to 4 weeks. He used to tear at his skin. Imagine that. Ralph used to tear at his skin. Did his skin turn black? Yes, his wife said. His hands turned a dark yellowish brown. Did he have difficulty breathing? Was he sneezing a lot? Yes, he was sneezing. He had difficulty breathing, she said. He was coughing. It got so bad that he went to the emergency room after just 1 month. His dermatologist was Ron Prisick, and he had such difficulty breathing that he'd stop breathing when he was sleeping. And she said, I, Virginia, his wife, had to wake him up to start breathing again. He used to go into what was called torpor. Ralph was operated on at Johns Hopkins by Dr. Joy Lang, and she removed a lymph node. Afterwards, his wife said the skin turned pure black under the arm at the lymph node where she operated. Did he have blood in his saliva, urine, stools? Yes, he had blood in his saliva when he coughed and sometimes blood in the urine, but she said, regardless, he didn't let it bother him. Can you imagine that? Was he vomiting? Yes, he was vomiting. He had nausea, on occasion bloody diarrhea. Did he have redness around his eyes? Another symptom. Yes, his eyes were red. They were also yellow, she said. Did he feel there was something in his eyes all the time? Yes. Imagine that. We go to the beach. We go to the beach and get sand in our eyes, and it just causes so much pain and irritation. Imagine that all the time. Well, our scientist asked her again, I know he was weak. He used to sleep a lot. Yes, she said, he was weak and he took a lot of naps. Was he dizzy? Did he have difficulty walking, which is called ectasia? He used to complain that he was dizzy and had difficulty in walking. Did he feel cold? He complained of being cold, then hot. He couldn't regulate his temperature. Virginia says, I gave him a shot of Coumadin each day, which is a blood thinner. He had a body scan, but they could not find, now get this, they could not find what was feeding off of him. Feeding off of him. He was red all over like he had the measles. His skin was peeling off. It got into his lungs. Right after the operation, he stopped breathing. So she said to get his attention, his wife had to just shake him, and he recognized her voice. She told him to breathe, and he started breathing. Now, according to research, mycotoxins' early symptoms begin with minutes of exposure. All these things that Ralph Gaver had, burning skin and pain and redness and tenderness, blistering and progression to skin necrosis with leathery blackening and sloughing off of large areas of skin in those lethal cases like Ralph Gaver's. Well, Ralph died in 2010 at the age of 60. Fort Detrick is a level 4 lab now, the most dangerous in the world. One single release could spell disaster.